When the Titanic sank, it didn't just take lives. It took secrets. From the icy depths, items were recovered that sent chills down the spines of those who uncovered them. Some were upsetting, others downright horrifying. We're talking about things that shouldn't have survived the cold, dark ocean, yet they did. Now, more than a century later, these items offer a twisted glimpse into the final moments of history's most infamous disaster. In this video, we're diving into the 15 most unbelievable, chilling things recovered from the Titanic, each one a haunting reminder of the ship's tragic end. Stick around to see what was found and why these items still shock the world today. Let's kick things off with number 15, bowler hat. Among the many personal items recovered from the Titanic wreckage, one of the most curious is a bowler hat. Found in 1993, the hat was remarkably preserved, a testament to the durability of the materials used in its creation. The identity of the owner remains a mystery, but the bowler hat serves as a tangible link to the passengers aboard the Titanic, especially the men who wore it as a sign of style and sophistication. These hats were a common fashion choice for men of the time, symbolizing refinement and social status. While the hat's owner remains nameless, it represents the countless lives lost on that fateful night. The bowler hat now stands as a silent memorial to the tragedy, urging us to reflect on the individual lives that were abruptly cut short. Every recovered item, no matter how small, carries with it a story of someone who once had hopes, dreams, and a future that was lost beneath the waves of the Atlantic. Number 14. Love letters. The Titanic remains etched in history not only for its tragic end, but also for the tales of love that emerged from the doomed voyage. One such tale is immortalized by a poignant love letter written by Titanic cabin attendant Richard Geddes. This letter, found more than 70 years after the sinking, was penned on the ship's official stationery, a powerful testament to Geddes' love for his wife. What makes this letter even more compelling is its personal insight into a near-miss disaster that occurred just days before the iceberg collision. The Titanic came perilously close to a devastating accident when its propeller nearly tore apart the cables of an accompanying liner. Richard's letter captures the anxiety that gripped passengers, highlighting the fragile nature of fate. The letter stands as a symbol of enduring love, offering us a rare and intimate window into the lives of those who sailed aboard the grand ship. The love, though short-lived, continues to resonate, transcending time and tragedy. Number 13. White gloves. A pair of white cotton gloves found among Titanic wreckage is one of the most remarkable and rare artifacts discovered from the sunken ship. Given the fragile nature of the fabric and the harsh underwater conditions, these gloves' remarkable preservation is nothing short of astounding. They are a rare snapshot of early 20th century fashion, still showcasing fine detailing despite their age. While the original owner remains unknown, the gloves were first displayed in Titanic exhibitions, captivating audiences with their historical significance. In 2016, however, the gloves were carefully removed from public display and placed in a conservation facility due to their delicate condition. Experts recognized the need to protect the gloves to ensure their survival for future generations, preserving them in a controlled environment to maintain their integrity. Although out of sight, the gloves' importance has only grown, reminding us of the lives and stories tied to the Titanic. They are now a poignant symbol of a time long past, offering a tactile link to history. Number 12. Vials of perfume. In 2000, during a daring salvage operation, a leather bag was brought up from the Titanic wreck, revealing an unexpected treasure: 62 tiny vials of perfume samples. The bag belonged to Adolph Sheffield, a 47-year-old perfume manufacturer from Manchester who had traveled aboard the Titanic in first class. Although Sheffield had escaped the ship, his leather bag remained, submerged in the depths for decades. When the bag was recovered, it emitted the faint yet distinct aroma of Edwardian perfume. The vials, which had survived the cold, dark waters, allowed salvagers to reconstruct some of Sheffield's signature scents. Among them was Legacy 1912, a fragrance that captured the essence of the early 20th century, blending lemon, rose, and amber. This rediscovery connected us to a bygone era, evoking memories of elegance and sophistication. The scents not only embodied the luxury of the Titanic, but also brought forth the perfume's cultural significance, creating an olfactory time capsule that links us with the opulent world that once was. Number 11. Pocket Watch. A rusted vintage pocket watch, discovered on the lifeless body of Sanai Cantor, a Russian Jewish immigrant aboard the Titanic, carries a heartbreaking story. Cantor and his wife Miriam had boarded the grand ship dreaming of a new life in America, with aspirations to study medicine and dentistry. Tragically, when disaster struck, Miriam found safety in a lifeboat, but Sanai chose to stay behind, braving the icy waters. His watch, an emblem of his personal story, was later retrieved from the depths, its face discolored, its hands faded, and its movement rusted. Despite the deterioration, the watch became a symbol of his sacrifice and love for his wife. This small object, worn and weathered, has immortalized Cantor's life, a testament to the many untold stories of the Titanic's passengers. The watch, once damaged beyond recognition, later fetched an astounding $57,500 at auction, reinforcing its emotional and historical significance. It remains a poignant reminder of love, loss, and the fleeting nature of life. Number 10. Titanic Deck Bell. As the Titanic sailed through the dark waters on its fateful voyage, the sound of the ship's deck bell rang out 3 times, signaling a dire warning. Frederick Fleet, the lookout stationed in the crow's nest, spotted the iceberg too late, but his frantic ringing of the bell gave the crew and passengers a chance to brace for disaster. The bell, now displayed at the Titanic Museum, serves as a chilling reminder of the warning that went unheard by many aboard the ship. Fleet and his partner, Reginald Lee, were tragically aware of how much earlier they might have noticed the iceberg if only they had been provided with binoculars. After the disaster, Fleet's life was marked by deep sorrow, culminating in his tragic death, a testament to the Titanic's long-lasting psychological toll. Number 9. Harold Lowe's Whistle. A symbol of bravery amid catastrophe, Harold Lowe's whistle remains one of the most poignant relics of the Titanic disaster. Lowe, the 5th officer aboard the ship, led Lifeboat 14 and was one of the few to return to the wreckage to rescue survivors from the icy waters. His courage, immortalized in James Cameron's Titanic, was a defining moment of the tragedy. Lowe's actions earned him a lasting place in Titanic history, with his whistle now up for auction, inscribed with his name and naval title. Lowe's bravery was evident not just in his physical acts, but in his refusal to follow orders blindly, even confronting J. Bruce Ismay, the White Star Line director, in defense of the passengers. His whistle continues to echo his courage, serving as a lasting symbol of heroism in the face of overwhelming disaster. Number 8. Alligator Purse. Amid the luxury and opulence aboard the Titanic, one seemingly ordinary object stood out: Marion Meanwell's alligator purse. This exquisite handbag, made of durable alligator skin, protected the personal belongings of a woman whose life was tragically cut short. Meanwell, a British hat manufacturer, had boarded the Titanic with hopes of starting a new life in America, never knowing that fate would alter her course. Her purse, containing a marriage certificate and other mementos, survived the ship's tragic end, offering a poignant glimpse into her lost future. The alligator leather, which preserved her documents, symbolizes the impermanence of life and the fragility of dreams. As the purse survives, so too does the memory of the lives and stories lost on that ill-fated night, reflecting the transient nature of both possessions and lives. Number 7. Bronze Cherub. A haunting relic of the Titanic disaster is the bronze cherub that once adorned the ship's grand staircase. This small yet significant artifact now resides at the Luxor Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, far from its original place near the staircase leading to the promenade deck. Cherubs, often seen as divine assistants, adorned several areas of the Titanic, but none so poignantly as this one, which survived the ship's sinking. The cherub's association with religion and divine symbolism lends it a mysterious aura, especially considering the tragedy that unfolded. Some passengers even believed that divine intervention could prevent the Titanic from sinking, making the cherub's survival a powerful symbol for those who viewed the disaster as a consequence of human arrogance and divine retribution. This relic challenges the mysteries of faith and existence, even amid unimaginable loss. Number 6. Amy's Bracelet. Another most exquisite and heartbreaking artifact recovered from the Titanic is Amy's bracelet, a piece of jewelry that once belonged to a passenger whose identity remains unknown. Crafted with 15-karat gold and adorned with intricate silver overlays, the bracelet reflects the opulence of the time and the hopes of those who traveled aboard the Titanic. Estimated to be worth millions in today's market, the bracelet is a testament to the craftsmanship and artistry of the period. Though the original owner's story is lost to history, the bracelet embodies the personal histories, dreams, and relationships of the Titanic's passengers. It stands as a poignant symbol of the lives cut short and the futures never realized, a beautiful yet tragic reminder of a world forever lost beneath the icy waters. Number 5. Set of keys. A seemingly ordinary set of keys became a symbol of survival and heroism during the Titanic disaster. These keys belonged to Samuel Hemming, a courageous crew member who performed a life-saving act in the midst of chaos. As the ship sank, Hemming realized that the lifeboats needed lanterns to guide their way through the dark, freezing waters. With no time to lose, he risked his life, venturing into the heart of the sinking ship to retrieve these crucial items. Armed with 3 keys, he unlocked a chamber below deck, recovering lanterns that would later light the way for survivors fleeing the doomed ship. Hemming's actions are a testament to the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. After the disaster, he carried these keys as a reminder of his bravery. These keys, passed down through generations, became a rare artifact, selling for a staggering $100,000 at auction. A small object with a powerful connection to history's most infamous tragedy. Number 4. Violin. Imagine a band playing a haunting melody as the ship sinks around them. This was the reality aboard the Titanic, and the violin played by Wallace Hartley, the band leader, became one of the most poignant symbols of the disaster. Hartley and his 8-piece band famously continued to perform music in the face of certain death, offering comfort to passengers in the chaos. They played "Nearer, My God, to Thee" as the ship sank into the icy Atlantic, their final act of courage. Hartley's body was later found, still clutching his violin case, which had become a symbol of selflessness. Years later, the violin was recovered, and after being authenticated, it was auctioned off for a staggering £1.7 million. The violin serves as a haunting reminder of the human cost of the Titanic disaster, as well as the musician's extraordinary bravery. It's hard to imagine the grief Maria, Hartley's fiancée, must have felt when this artifact was returned to her. A simple violin, yet it holds so much more. Number 3. Huge piece of the hull. The Titanic was a marvel of its time, and one of the most iconic pieces recovered from its wreckage is known as the Big Piece. Weighing 15 tons and measuring 13 by 30 feet, this massive fragment of the Titanic's hull is one of the most remarkable pieces of the ship ever found. Discovered in 1994, it took several attempts to recover it from the ocean floor, with one failed mission in 1996 when a support wire snapped. However, in 1998, the piece was successfully recovered, bringing with it an astonishing connection to the past. This piece bears the scars of the Titanic's tragic final moments. Its portholes still contain fragments of glass, trapped in time since the iceberg collision. When people stand next to this awe-inspiring artifact, many report a powerful emotional reaction, as if the ghost of the Titanic herself is present. The big piece is more than just a relic. It's a time machine, pulling us into the past to witness the ship's final moments. Number 2. Sheet music. The Titanic's band played on even as the ship sank, offering some semblance of comfort in those final moments. Among the most remarkable artifacts recovered from the wreck are pieces of sheet music, including 2 specific songs. "Put Your Arms Around Me, Honey" and "Madame Sherry." These pieces of music provide a chilling glimpse into the final hours aboard the doomed vessel, helping to recreate the ambiance of the Titanic as it made its ill-fated journey. The musicians, led by Wallace Hartley, continued to play even as chaos erupted around them. Their music served as a balm for the frightened passengers, trying to maintain a sense of calm before the inevitable. Howard Irwin, one of the musicians, had planned to accompany his companion on the Titanic, but he never boarded. His companion tragically perished, yet his sheet music survived. This discovery brings us closer to understanding the courage and sacrifice of the Titanic's band, reminding us of the lives and dreams lost that night. Number 1. Menu of the ship's last meal. The Titanic's final meal was an opulent affair, epitomizing the extravagance that defined the ship's first-class experience. Passengers were treated to a lavish menu featuring a range of exquisite dishes, from delicate spring lamb with mint sauce to roasted turkey with cranberry sauce. There were also rich desserts, including traditional plum pudding and wine jelly, each dish a testament to the ship's dedication to luxury. Second-class passengers enjoyed hearty, well-prepared meals such as roasted chicken and mutton chops, while the third-class menu, although more modest, still provided nourishing dishes like rice soup and boiled potatoes. The contrast between the classes was stark, with the first-class meal embodying excess and sophistication, while the third-class offerings focused on sustenance. This final menu is not just a glimpse into the Titanic's lavish dining experiences, but also a reflection of the stark social divides of the era. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. We'll see you very soon.